Alright, so here's my trip to the LEGO store. I'm recording this afterwards because the audio was super bad, but anyway, we're walking over, we see the Star Wars section, and there we see the Razor Crest. That's pretty epic. I really like that set, and it was really cool to see it on shelves for the first time, even though it's been out for a little while now. I recorded this video a while ago, so. And then we're walking around. Here's the Technic section. I'm not really a big fan of Technic, so I didn't stay long. It's not really my thing. And then over here we have the Minecraft stuff. That's pretty cool. Nothing super interesting over there, though. And then that was our little clearance section in the LEGO store. So here's the new adult section, and I really like that. That's really cool. It looks awesome. All those black boxes and all the cool designs for it. I think it's really awesome to see that. This was the first time I saw that, too. I've seen it a couple more times since. And then here's the new Monkey Kid sets. There's some Minion stuff there and some modular buildings. Kind of cool to see. Here we have some of the random stuff like ideas and Chinese New Year and yada yada. That's pretty cool to see. Nothing super interesting. And then here we have that new LEGO City set. That was cool to see because I'd never seen that before either. So that was fun. And then yeah, I'm showing more of the little sale area. There wasn't anything super interesting there either, just kind of older sets that they need to get rid of. And then here was the Pick-a-Brick Wall stuff. That was kind of cool to see. Just some more looks at what's all there. And then I walk over, there's Mickey and Minnie you can see over there, and then just some random stuff like Duplo and whatnot. Here's the Super Mario section. It's not as big as I thought it would be, but it's pretty cool. They have Boo's castle thing right there. Here's the city section. Same as usual. I don't think there was anything new there that I actually saw that was cool. Oh, they do have that plane. I didn't see that, and the ship. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. And then we've got Avengers stuff. That's awesome. I finally got that tower. So many cool sets out of that line. And then I'm just looking at some of the new stuff here. And then the DC section, which is pretty small, but it had that new Batman vehicle thing. And then for here we got Jurassic World. Oh, and then the Ninjago section, which is pretty cool. There was some great stuff there. I just recently watched seasons 11 through 13. Those are pretty good. So now that I've actually seen them, the sets are kind of cooler in my opinion, now that I know what they are, but it's pretty cool to see. I saw some other stuff. There's the Pick Wall. There's the new minifigures. They're labeled which one they are, so you can just choose which one you want and you don't have to feel it out. Well, there you go, guys. I got a pretty decent haul from my trip to the LEGO store. It was honestly so cool to be in there again and see all of the new sets. Their adult section was pretty epic, and some of these sets that I've never seen before finally on shelves, So this is what I got, or I ended up getting anyway. I got 71705, the Destiny's Bounty. It's awesome. It's epic. I cannot wait to build this. It's probably one of the coolest Ninjago sets that there is, in my opinion. I mean, it's original. I grew up with this, And then they just threw in some other stuff, so there's just this Lego magazine. I don't know. I just put it out here just because they threw it in. And then for some reason they gave me 2 of these. I don't know. I'll probably end up selling one on eBay or something. I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with it because I do not need 2 of these. I probably don't even need 1. It's just a promotional thing, so I don't really care. The only thing I really care about is this guy right here. So, I mean, look at that. 1,781 pieces for a little over $100. That's insane. I cannot wait to build this guy right here. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, just the fact that it even has an interior, even though it's very small, makes it cool. And the wings right here that they flip, that's awesome. I mean, it has everything inside of it just from the show. It's literally just like the show. So it fills me with this nostalgia, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna be building this and opening it, and yeah, I'll be back. Alright, time to dump this bad boy out. I love doing that. Nothing else inside. Set the boxes tied. Sails. That's pretty cool. They look nice. They're not like creased or anything, which is good. I don't know. Kids go free. Yeah. Okay. What else do we got? We have lots of bags. Oh my goodness, I have not built a Lego set this big in forever. Instructions are not bent. They're in a bag. Whoa, those are pretty thick instructions too. Only a couple stickers, which is good. Dang, that's a big instruction book. I'm gonna have a project to work on. So we got bag 1 here. Let's see. This is either bag 6 or 9. I'm guessing it's bag 9. 14. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's a lot of bags here. 7, 8, 6. Oh, this is the bag with the shipped pieces. 13. I think 14 is the highest number. 2, 10, 3. Yeah, 14 is the highest number. So, wow, but 14 bags. That is a lot. Dang. Okay. Well. Yeah. I'm going to be building this and giving you guys updates, so stay tuned. Alright, well, it's finished, and it is ginormous. Video and pictures do not bring it justice. So I'm going to start with all these extra pieces and stuff. So I've got a ton of swords. This orange sword is cool. Just, you know, the regular thing. I think, yeah, there's 2 different types of shurikens right there, just regular stuff, but there's a lot of them. Brick separator, very rare. Just kidding. As far as stickers go, there's not a whole lot. They're not too bad too. Most of them are on just like 1x4 or 2x4 plate or tiles, so it's not too bad. And then this is the piece of cardboard that the sails come attached to, so that, you know, they don't bend or anything, which I thought I'd include it just because I want to show you guys that you don't have to worry about the sails getting bent. It's not going to be a problem. So anyways, yeah, move this stuff out of the way. So here is the bounty. It's actually extremely awesome. So we've got young Lloyd. I mean, if you guys want to see these figures better, there's going to be other videos that you can watch. Just look this up. There's tons of other YouTubers who do this better. I'm just kind of showing you, giving you my opinion on this. Zane. Cole. Kai is back here. And then we also have Samurai X or Nia. I mean, I guess I just kind of spoiled, but I think this show is like 7 years old, so at this point I don't think it's a spoiler. So yeah, I don't really know where to start. Maybe I'll just go from front to back. So in the front we got down here, it's kind of like a little bow thing, and then the anchors. The anchors can drop down pretty far actually. They're just made with some hot dog pieces. So, and they're actually pretty cool. I like the anchors. They're brick built instead of just the typical other ones. And then this dragon head. At first, when I saw pictures of this set, I thought this dragon head looked pretty weird. And even in the videos I did too, but in person it looks pretty awesome. It's a little bit tricky to get these fins all right and whatever, but it was fun to build. And the curve and the style of the building on this front is incredible. Like, I've never seen a build that's so interesting like this. It's really weird. There's so many hinges and things that build this weird little curve along the side here and down here too, and this flex tube along the top is cool, and it makes it look so much more incredible with the level of detail and the build style of it. So then up here we got the little thing to turn the anchors. There's another anchor on the other side too, same spot. And then yeah, we just got this little area up top for the stand. It's actually more spacious than I thought it would be. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot of space, but it feels like a lot of space when you see it in person. And then here's the mechanism to open it up the wings, so you can lift them up like that, which is pretty cool. That's kind of like its flying mode. And these wings are a good cloth. They're not like cheap or anything. They're nice. And they're very detailed too. This was a little finicky to build. This was the last bag. It was a little tricky, but yeah, I'll talk more about that in a little bit. So on the sides right here and right here are the engines almost. So when you bend this thing back, those kind of pop out. They pop out a little bit farther if you can get the other things bent down more, but those are nice. There's a print in there. It's not a sticker. And then you can just push them back in. They fit in perfectly. You don't even really know they're there unless you know how to open them and everything. And then going along the side here, just a regular snot brick side. Looks good. The problem I have with this is that the build was really repetitive for it because there was like one bag for each side of the ship. So I don't know, it wasn't that interesting to build, but it looks good. And then up here we just had this little area with this little cannon. It's just a stud shooter, typical cannon. Cannon looks okay. It's not super great. It's not really super accurate either, but what are you gonna do? And then these sails, they actually go in pretty close when they're closed to the thing. Like there's not a lot of space up here when the sails are closed. That's something I don't really like. So I think when I'm going to display it, I'm going to keep it open, because then there's so much space up more here for things, you know. And then we can look at the curve up here. It looks so weird in the pictures. I really didn't like it when I saw it at first, but now that I see it in person, I actually think it's pretty cool. That's going to be a common theme for this set, is it looks weird in the pictures, but it actually looks so cool when you see it in person. So there's a lot of stuff that I like about this set, and this is one of them definitely. This curve right here. There's so many weird techniques for building this. There's a lot of weird techniques in the front of the ship and in this bow right here, this area of the ship. And I'll talk more about the building later, but in these sides, these fins on the side that you bend to open the things and to make it fly or whatever, like from the shell, these are really tricky to build and to position and to get the mechanism to work right. They're like the second to last two bags or something, or maybe that's not right, I don't remember for sure, but they were very tricky to build. So if you're considering getting the set, just make sure you know that there's the only hard part about the set to build is the mechanism for this and this. It's like the first bag, there's a little bit under there on the bottom, and then it's this right here is a little bit tricky, but it's not too bad. Like it's possible to do. And going around the back, there's a fin down there, it moves. It's just on a ball joint, and the back of the ship built up, and then this up here. I didn't like the look of this. I still am a little bit iffy about it, but it looks okay. It looks good. Yeah, it's basically the same exact thing on the other side. So I don't know if I'm really going to show you everything on the other side. But yeah, and then when I talk here, I'm going to put the sails up so I can show the building. When I talk about this building, it looks really good on the outside. It looks like a classic style and everything. It looks, this bubble right here, it's original from the show. I love that. But the problem that I have with this building is taking it off and putting it back on is incredibly tricky. And taking this roof off and on is it's so hard to put it back on. And this building too, sometimes it just won't go on, and it's really annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna take it off. So it just, if I can get it off. I'll just take the roof off first. So the roof just comes off like this. There was some weird build techniques for this roof, like these, to get this inside right here and to get some of the weird shaping of it. It was a little bit weird, but you can bend this down and then pull this little thing out, and it's got swords. It's got a bunch of the stickers. There's some shurikens inside that you can pull out too, but I'm not going to show that. And yeah, so you just go put that right back in there, close that up. Fits nice. I'm kind of wondering why they put the bubble thing here when there's roof right there, because the bubble thing you can't even see into the actual ship. It's kind of weird, but it's good. And they used hot dog pieces on the top. There's a lot of hot dog pieces on this roof. I'm just gonna put that aside. On the inside here, there's a semi-decent amount of space, not a lot. Maybe you could probably shove 2 figs in there if you really tried. But there's just some swords and stuff. And then this print, I absolutely love that print. It looks so iconic from the show, like straight out of the show. Same with the steering wheel. Although they could have used a better steering wheel for the actual thing, but I think this is good. Looks great. If I can show you, I'll pull this off. So this is the building part. The roof just attaches to it. The roof attaches right here and right here, but sometimes when you're trying to stick it back on, only one side will stick, and then you have to like position this to get the other side to stick on, and then it's a whole process because this is on hinges right here, and sometimes the hinges don't go all the way in, so you have to push it, and it's really annoying. But maybe that'll just loosen up with time, I'm not sure. I just built the set. So you can open this up, make this a little dojo, whatever you want. Do whatever you want with this. Make little photo shoots. I mean, this is really kind of more of an open-ended thing. No idea what that says right there. I don't speak that language. I don't even know if it's a real language or not. But yeah, and then the ship looks a little bit weird without this on it. That's where the orange sword goes. You could probably put the other one on this side. And there's just, there's not a lot of, because all of this plating or tiling is where the building actually sits. So you can see there's like one stud in between the building and the thing. So you can't really put people back there, but that's okay. And then these look nice, these things on the top. They're a little bit finicky because they just bend like that. So like you have to kind of position them, and you gotta make them nice angles and stuff so that it looks good. Yeah, and so there's also an inside to this. If you pull up like that, you can take this little just thing off here, and you can see inside there is a training dummy in here. It's really simple, but it's effective. So if you could probably take off this cannon right here, put the training dummy on it, and there's just a box inside with some like tea and whatever inside of it. Nothing special at all. And there's lots of space. I wish they had included like a bunk bed in here, because they have cabins inside of the main ship, and that would be so cool to see, but they have nothing else in here. There's stairs going up. I don't know if you can see it or not, the lighting's kind of bad, but yeah, I wish they had added in some stairs, or not some stairs, some bunk beds, because that would be pretty iconic from the show too. And then this is a little finicky to put back in also. I mean, once you do it a couple times, it goes in easy, but the first couple times you have to kind of loosen everything up to get it to fit back in. Otherwise, it works out. So, yeah, I don't really have any complaints, really, with this. I think one of my main complaints would be the finickiness of these chains, because you have to keep adjusting them after a while to get these flaps to work right, because sometimes, like, if this chain is literally not held on by much, so if it kind of turns a little bit, this thing won't go up all the way, and then, see, it's already not going up all the way, so you kind of have to fix it up. I think these gears look a little bit funky, but, I mean, that's not a big deal to me. That's not something I really care about at all. It was super fun to build, but it was quite a challenge, and it took a long time. It took me probably like I wasn't really timing it, but I think it took me about 6 hours to build this. and that's way longer than I thought I would. I mean, I kind of consider myself as a decently quick builder, so you know, that's a long time for me to be building this. So it was like a 3-day project here. That went on pretty easily, but then when I try to stick the roof on, I'm hoping it works, but we'll see. No, it's not sticking on either side. See if you can see the angle there. There's like, you can see it only wants to stick on one side, and then the other side just will not go, and you have to maneuver the whole thing. But yeah, that's just one complaint that I have there, is that it's a little hard to get that on. Otherwise, it's honestly an amazing set. Like this, the classic iconicness of it and the sheer size of it just make me so happy with it. I think this is probably going to end up being one of my favorite LEGO sets. It's definitely my favorite Ninjago set at the moment. I love this thing so much. There's so much you can do with this. Like it's first of all, it's an incredible display piece. I mean, just looking at it from this angle, it looks massive. And then ignore all the garbage over there. I'm working on a lot of building stuff. And there's some weird techniques, like right here, there's some upside down building. There's some like weird building in the front. And yeah, you can watch a speed build review or something to see the weird building in the front, but otherwise, yeah, I don't really know what else I have to say for this. But yeah, I just want to end by saying that it's incredible. Like, if you are on the fence and all you're doing is watching reviews and looking at what it looks like and you're like, that doesn't look super great, I would say get it, because it looks so much better in person than it did in the reviews. So much better. It was definitely worth it. So, yeah. That's all I got on this set. So, I did also get 2 of these Creator 3-in-1 sets, but I'm not going to build these right now. I don't really care about them, and I'm probably just going to save them either for a day that I'm bored or whatever, or I might just never open them and just, like, sell them on eBay or something. Because, in my opinion, they're just kind of giveaway, useless stuff. But otherwise, that's all I got. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. A quick note. As I was packing this up, I realized that I can fit every single minifigure from the set into this hold by just kind of throwing them in. And this hold, as I close it, it will not go in all the way. Obviously, it needs still to go down one stud. But if you arrange them properly, I just kind of threw them in, but if you arrange them properly, you could fit all of them inside of this hold. So this hold is not as small as you might think. I mean, you can fit a lot in there if you really use the space wisely. So just wanted to throw that in.